Hi there, my name is Chad Schroffgruppen, and I am the creator of Tokoma. I started animating over 20 years ago, and I used it as a way to essentially figure the world out. There'd be certain things that would happen in my life, or perhaps other things that were outside of my life that would happen. And I would use animation as a way to sort of correct it or retell the story in a way that I thought was funny or entertaining. And this is something that I still continue to do to this day. I love to animate, I love to tell stories, and I recently was able to integrate my love of cannabis with animation with a new series, which is Tokoma, where I review all these different strains from the local area, in my case, Tacoma, Washington, or within the Washington area. And so far, the process has been going rather well. I like to entertain with these videos, I like to educate, and provide some insight for fellow cannabis users out there who, are looking for something perhaps specific, or they don't want to maybe drop money on a particular product because they're not quite sure what it will do for them. And so that has always been the goal of Tokoma. And when I started this, I didn't really anticipate a whole lot of traction. However, over the past few months, I've had a lot of fans jump on board, as well as gaining the attention of some local businesses and growers that has helped me with the review process. And I still plan to continue to do that review process once a week like I always have. But I'm starting to realize with the workload that this entails, even though it's a lot of fun, it is a lot of work. I'm a one-man team. I do all the illustrations, all the animation. The only thing I don't do is produce the sound effects and music. I rely on royalty-free services for those particular assets. But the voice work, the animation, everything that you see is done by me, including the publishing of the work, as well as maintaining the website and all the social media platforms. So, as this has continued to grow, it's taken up quite a considerable amount of time and effort. And that's why I've decided to launch my Patreon. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Patreon account is essentially a way for you to contribute to what I'm doing, and in exchange, you get perks. And in the case of Tokoma, I've set up a Patreon so that you can contribute as much as you want, but I do have certain tiers. So let's say if you donate $5, you get access to all the reviews that I've currently done in advance. Because right now, once a week, I release one review. However, with this, if you wanted to get an advanced look on what's coming up 3, 4, or even 5 weeks down the road, as a patron, you would have access to those advanced reviews. And I also have other perks, such as the ability to vote on upcoming strains, as well as suggest strains. You can do that. And I even have a vault of sorts where I've added special cartoons I've never publicly released. Now, these don't particularly relate to cannabis, but they are things that I like to make. They're fun cartoons, they're kind of stupid, some of them are, but overall, it's just sort of a fun thing for me to throw in there as an added incentive. So if you like my work and you want to see more of it, this is a great way to do that. Now, I want to make clear that by adding this Patreon account to the overall flow of things, I'm not going to be disrupting the free public releases. So if you're okay with just coming on board, watching the free reviews on YouTube, Vimeo, my site, Facebook, Instagram, that is totally fine. That's not going away. I plan to continue to release that content as is. But if you're looking for something more, if you're looking to maybe contribute to what I'm doing, to help with the whole process and just to kind of keep this whole thing going, in a more consistent fashion, so I don't always have to jump over to my other job, taking time away from this to kind of keep things, on the up and up in terms of managing living costs and all that. So again, this is just for those who are looking for something more, who want to contribute. And of course, I'm always open to new perks down the road. I've considered opening up a tier where I would illustrate and then animate you in an episode of Tokoma if that's something that you would like to see. And of course, I'm always open to other suggestions as well. So anyway, I just wanted to pop in and give you this update. The Patreon is now open. You can access it, you can subscribe and gain instant access to those reviews, or just hang out as we have been and keep watching the weekly public releases. Thank you for watching. Thank you for considering supporting the show, and I'll see you next time.